We start with breaking news tonight. We first told you about an officer-involved shooting in Beloit at 5. In the last few hours, we learned the suspect who was shot this morning has died. We're also learning more about what happened leading up to the shooting. Beloit police responded to a 911 call in the 1700 block of Ashland Avenue just before 10 a.m. Officers saw someone armed with two bladed weapons moving toward another person. The armed person did not drop their weapon when prompted by officers, and that's when an officer fired their gun at the suspect. The Wisconsin Department of Justice says first responders attempted to save the person, who was taken to the hospital and later died. No one else was injured in the report, and we don't know if law enforcement on the scene were wearing we do know that law enforcement on the scene were wearing body cameras, and the officer who fired the weapon has been placed on administrative leave. This is a developing story. We will continue to update you as we learn the latest information. For notifications sent straight to your phone, download our free 15 News app.